Hey, what up, everybody? This is Steve Breach coming to you, and tonight the Major League Baseball and the New York Yankees said goodbye to one of the finest class act baseball players that we've ever seen. I'm an Atlanta Braves fan, and as an Atlanta Braves fan, especially with this guy coming up and being involved in that 1996 World Series with the Yankees versus the Atlanta Braves, I have every reason in the world to hate him. But to me, honestly, Derek Jeter represented everything that was right in baseball. I mean, there's been a lot of things that have, just came in and just sort of watered down and tarnished baseball throughout the whole steroids time. And who knows if Derek Jeter, played right 100% of the time. There's been some Yankees that have been caught up in the whole, steroid trial. And I think a lot of the stuff that, came down in the hearings were things that came out of New York. A lot of the players said they received them from the Mets and the Yankees clubhouse. So who knows if he's involved in this at all. And there was the Bat Boy who wrote the book about being involved with the Yankees, and he didn't have a whole lot of things to say, but Jeter sort of walked out of there clean somehow. But to me, honestly, Derek Jeter was the Cal Ripken of today. As I was growing up, we were always taught to play the game like Cal Ripken. Go out and you give your all and you play every day. And, Derek Jeter, he had his share of injuries and he didn't get to, play in consecutive game streaks like Cal Ripken did. But he did go out there and give 100%. I mean, one of the most famous plays that Gatorade made famous of Derek Jeter was it was a divisional playoff game, the Yankees versus the A's. And there was an errant throw from right field to a play at the plate, and Jeter saw the throw was off, ran out of position to go into foul territory on the far side of first base, and flipped the ball to the catcher for Posada to make a tag on Giambi, who just wasn't even paying attention. If he would have been able to get down for the slide, he would have been able to slide under the tag and would have been fine. But he just saw the ball was bouncing out of bounds and there was no play. So he just went in, trot. If the world would have been a more perfect place, there's stories out there of the Houston Astros should have picked Derek Jeter with the first pick of the draft. Instead, they took Phil Nevin because they thought that Jeter was going to ask for just too much money up front, just being a real sought after draft pick guy. Instead, he fell all the way to 6th, where the Yankees picked him up, and he went for a few years in the minors. He had a few cups of coffee with the '95 Yankees team, and then Joe Torre just said Derek Jeter was going to be the starting shortstop, and he just became the heart and blood of that team, which would later become the captain, leading them to their first World Series in years and years. Derek Jeter, you can say that if he played on any other team, he wouldn't be the man, that we thought of him. He was an average 300 hitter. He only had 250 home runs on his career. There's a lot of teams out there that look for a huge amount of power from their shortstop. Derek Jeter was just sort of like that slap the ball hitter. Every once in a while he could go yard with it, but it was few and far in between. But he just was a guy that just played the ball right, and it didn't matter, where was it going. He was always giving 100%, and I always gave it up to him. You can always think that if everybody hates all the members of the New York Yankees, why is it that Derek Jeter is loved by everybody out there? And it's just one of those baseball mysteries. It sucks that we're losing him because of the way that baseball is looked at as just basically everybody out there is cheating. I don't know who is going to be that next stand-up guy. Obviously Mike Trout, who plays for the Angels, is probably one of the biggest young studs there is out there. There's also the guys that play for the Washington Nationals. A lot of people are looking at them. Strasburg can get back on track, and Bryce Harper can start pounding the balls out like the hype was. Maybe they'll be it, but you never know. When the dirty ball is going to come out and play for everybody. But Derek Jeter had his goodbye. I don't even know if he's playing in the Boston series. From the way that the New York Yankees did them right, with a huge ceremony for him, bringing in, just basically anybody and everybody that he's ever played with. If I was him, I would have, Lou Gehrig did. I just would have said, I'm the luckiest man on the face of the earth, and I would have walked off. And I don't think anybody would think less of him if he didn't play in that last game of the Boston series. And, another year the Yankees have gotten screwed. Last year Mariano Rivera retires, and he has to play his last game in Houston. I mean, this year at least, Derek Jeter plays in some sort of a rivalry game if he does play against the Boston Red Sox. But it's a game that doesn't really matter since the Yankees have been eliminated from the playoffs. Why they didn't get to play their last game of the season at home will be forever a mystery. But that's just the way it's going to go. Thank you, Derek Jeter. He played the game right, and you were a Yankee, but I loved you.